Hey, this is Keith from Save the Rust, and it's the end of the summer. It's September again. We're going into our fall and hopefully some good weather, do some riding. But I wanted to touch on some of the projects and some of the stuff that's been going on this summer and try and give you an explanation of bikes like this that we're working on earlier in May, June, and July. So let's start off by saying thanks again. Thanks for all the support. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead right now and follow along. So I'm going to start off by saying this is a 1957 Harley Survey car. You've seen, I think we have about 7 videos on getting this thing together. And the reason for it is we got it ready for a movie. Okay? See the red spots? The birchwood white paint. I think you know where I'm going with this. We had a big production movie out in Winnipeg here. This is Dallas Police. This was we got this bike working and running and everything to do a movie with John Travolta. It's called November 1963. It will be out next spring about the Kennedy assassination. So I got approached about, can you get that bike together and in a short period of time, like 5 weeks? And we did. You've seen the videos. If you haven't, check them out. And we got that bike going, and it was a real fun project, but it was exhausting at the same time. But it was worth it, and keep an eye out. You'll see it in the movie. It was in probably about a half dozen scenes. So that took a lot of energy, a lot of time. And the fact that I was also a motorcycle cop in the movie took more time. That's also the reason for the 74 Shovel to go from black to white. This was also a police bike. And we had a rotating beacon on it, the red spots. Here's the rotating beacon. So that was on the back of the bike. And if you haven't seen it, we got our 1940 WLDR racer that hadn't run in like 60 years up and running. And there's videos on that. That bike is a scream to ride. Unbelievable power. The only problem I had with this bike was not enough time, and the fact that the only local dirt track, flat track, closed this year. So I was originally going to take this bike and go and do some practice laps, but the place closed, so that doesn't help. So then, among all this, got a new camper with the ability to take bikes. So we took our 1953 Harley and rode around Clear Lake with it, which is a national park here in Canada. Beautiful area. Spent a week up there with, did some footage with Waylon. It was extremely well received. This is like a, historic kind of place, and bikes like this don't usually show up there. So we had a lot of fun riding that one around. So there's a video on that if you wanted to check it out. Only issue I had with the entire bike was I had a small leak at the petcock, and I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I'm not sure if it's actually the fuel rod or if it's this shifter pivot point here that's underneath here. So got to do some investigating on that, see what's really going on. So we haven't ridden that since beginning of August, late July or beginning of August. So then we get to our 42, the old reliable. You know, I got a couple of rides on it, but really barely rode it this year. It's just been insanely busy. And then we did go out to Fort Frances, Ontario, Canada. Picked up that 1917-18 Indian chassis and a 1917-18 Indian Harley sidecar body. So we still got to deal with those. They're just in the container. So I'm not sure if I'm going to hang them up here, put them up there, or in the basement, because I got a 16 Harley chassis and a 17 Indian chassis next to it. Look pretty cool. So then we get to the 37 big inch flathead. We pulled the barrels off and I got some new pistons from Bill's Custom Cycle. So those are getting re-sleeved at the moment. So we're going back to standard bore, using the 80 cubic inch barrels that we had. And I'm still hoping that this thing will run this fall. So it's been a busy year. And then, as you see, we had a video, we started working on the 1942 Golding sidecar. We only got so far, then we had to stop. We just didn't have the time. The last thing I started working on was our 1943 Harley Bobber about 2 weeks ago. I got the front wheel off and changing some stuff. So slowly trying to get this one to the point where I can fire it up because I really want to hear it. It's just time. Got a regular job, and this is kind of my sideline hobby, and it takes up a lot of time. And just because I didn't have enough Survey cars, I bought another one. So this one, we just got this last weekend. Up on an island, 100 kilometers of gravel one way, and after cleaning it up, it actually looks pretty good. Do I need another Survey car? No. But I don't have one. I don't have one that's a fiberglass box. And the box on this thing is beautiful. And we got a video on that. It's got a 48 WL motor and some 46 and earlier tanks. So I'm going to do some changing. But I am going to assemble with the parts I got. It should, almost everything is there to put it back together. Just not correct, right? So that's what we've been working on. Oh yeah. I got one more thing else. Honda Big Red, 1982 200 ES. Man, I'm like 50 years old. When I was a kid, that was the thing to have. I have some great memories of riding those, and they were such a blast. And I've had 185s and a 200, but it was the Big Red. I always wanted a Big Red. So this one, just like the other one we were working on, the bearing in the back brake drum is gone, so we'll have to fix that. So obviously we've been just, working every night, trying to get in a ride here and there, and still haven't looked at Wayland's 1942 WLC. Hopefully I can just get enough time to get it running, take it for a ride. I got a little issue with the distributor I got to deal with. And then one more project is the 1940 Norton. Still waiting on the powder coating to get back on that one. So once that's back, that will start going back together. Waiting on the motor for the 63 Triumph TR20. We did get all the powder coating back from that. Yeah, we're going to be busy this year. And all of these are my projects and me and Waylon's projects. So we're not doing anything for anyone else. And there's good reasons for that. Just when I feel like working on something, I can choose what I work on, not being forced to, which makes it more fun, right? So, hey, I thought I'd just give you a little recap of what's been going on. And, you know, it's been a good summer. It's been, like I say, extremely busy. But we got to ride quite a few bikes. You know, experience a big dollar budget, movie with some big stars, and looking forward to seeing that bike and the other bike on screen. That'll be cool. It was an experience, you know. So, hey, check out some of our videos we've been putting out. You know, like and subscribe. Tell your friends, you know, to like and subscribe. We just hit about a month ago the 3,000 subscriber mark, and I want to thank you all. Thanks for watching. You know, thanks for being part of all this. And let's hear the comments. You know, let me see what you think. One other thing, I just noticed it. I had to tell you. You know, this is I got one thing here that I should have added this months ago, but it was well, anyway, here it is. So this is a certificate of honor for Waylon as a mechanic. He was kind of given to his teacher, saying he was the mechanic of the class. Proud of that kid. And you know what? We need more kids to be hands-on. So get your kid out there. Show them something. You know, that's what it's all about. Show your kid. Get the next generation involved with the old motorcycles, or else it will die. So I hope you enjoy this, and thanks again. This is Keith from Save the Russ. This is who we are. This is what we do. Have a great day.